The gavel cracked like a gunshot in the stuffy law office, and Noah's world splintered. To Gabriel Harlan, my eldest by 3 minutes, I bequeath the Harlan Steelworks in its entirety, the factories, the land, the legacy that built this town. The lawyer's voice hung heavy, but it was the pause that gutted him, the way eyes flicked to Noah like he was the punchline to a joke no one dared laugh at. Then, softer, almost apologetic, and to Noah Harlan. A letter. Sealed, as per his father's wishes. Noah's fingers trembled as he took the envelope, its wax seal cracked like old skin, his name etched in his father's precise script. The room, stale coffee and polished oak in downtown Gary, Indiana, closed in, the air thick with the ghosts of mill workers who'd slaved for Harlan money. Gabriel, his twin, sat ramrod straight beside him, jaw set like he was already signing off on foreclosures. Their mother, Evelyn, dabbed at her eyes with a lace handkerchief, but her gaze slid past Noah, landing on Gabe like he was the sun and Noah just the eclipse. He didn't open it there. Not with Uncle Ray's cigar smoke curling like accusations, not with Cousin Lila whispering about that phase Noah's going through. Phase. As if loving men was a flu you sweated out in a Midwest winter. Noah stuffed the letter into his coat pocket and bolted, the steel-gray November sky outside mirroring the churn in his gut. Gary wasn't forgiving to outliers. The mills had chewed up dreamers and spat out rust. Dad Big Jack Harlan had ruled it all, a titan in flannel shirts, barking orders that echoed from the blast furnaces to the family dinner table. Noah Harlan was 28, mirror image of his brother. 6'2", broad-shouldered from high school football, sandy hair that caught the lake light like Lake Michigan's chop. But where Gabe wore his straightness like a badge, beer leagues, church barbecues, a fiancée named Sarah with a laugh like wind chimes, Noah hid his in dive bars on the south side, stolen kisses with guys who'd vanish by dawn. Dad had known, or suspected. The silences after Noah's college coming out, the way Jack's hand lingered too long on Gabe's shoulder at holidays. But love? That was a word Jack reserved for engines and empires, not sons. He drove his beat-up Ford pickup out to the lakeshore, the engine rumbling like the trains that hauled or from Duluth. The letter burned against his thigh. Parked at Indiana Dunes, where the sand met steel waves, Noah ripped it open. The paper was thick, vellum from some fancy stationery Jack must have saved for deals. Words spilled out in that same unyielding script. Noah, if you're reading this, I'm gone. The doc said 6 months. I gave it 3 to spite them. Gabe gets the works because he's the one who stays. You're the fire that burns too bright, always chasing horizons I couldn't map. I ain't blind, son. Saw you with that boy from Chicago at the reunion. Didn't say a word because what right do I have? My own secrets buried deeper than the slag heaps. There's a key in the safe at the old mill office, number 47. Go alone. It'll open more than a door. Forgive an old bull for not saying it sooner. I love you. Not despite. Because, Jack, Noah's breath hitched, the wind whipping salt spray across his face. Secrets? Jack Harlan, the man who'd preached bootstraps and Bible verses, had secrets? The key. Christ, what the hell was in that office? The mill was shuttered since the '08 crash, a rusting monument to better days. Noah crumpled the letter, heart hammering like a trip hammer. Gabe had texted, lawyer says paperwork tomorrow. Sarah's making meatloaf. Come home. Home. As if that word still fit. Back at the Family Victorian on Broadway. peeling gingerbread trim and a widow's walk where Mom prayed for miracles. Noah slipped in through the side door. Gabe was in the kitchen, sleeves rolled up, chopping onions like he was auditioning for Normal Rockwell. Sarah hovered, her engagement ring catching the light, all blonde waves and Sunday school smile. "You look like hell," Gabe said, not unkindly. He wiped his hands on a dish towel, the one with the Bears logo faded from washes. Twins spoke in shorthand. Gabe could read Noah's silences like weather reports. Noah leaned against the doorframe, the letter a lead weight. "Dad left me a letter. Not cash. Not stock. A goddamn letter." Gabe's knife paused. "What did it say?" "Nothing. Everything." Noah's voice cracked, and he hated it, hated the vulnerability that Gabe wore like armor. "There's a key. To the old office." Sarah busied herself with the oven, but her ears perked. She'd been Gabe's high school sweetheart, the girl who'd baked pies for church fundraisers. Nice, but narrow. She'd once asked Noah if that lifestyle was a choice, like picking a major. Gabe set the knife down, crossing his arms, mirror of Noah's stance. But his eyes were steady, blue as Lake Michigan ice. Dad was old school. Probably some advice. "Man up," or whatever. He clapped Noah's shoulder. Firm, fraternal. "We'll figure the will out. It's family money. Yours too." But it wasn't. Not anymore. Noah nodded, throat tight, and excused himself upstairs to the room he still crashed in when visits stretched long. The twin beds pushed together as kids, now one sagging under guest quilts. He lay there, staring at the ceiling fan's lazy spin, the letter's words looping like a bad reel. "My own secrets." What secrets did a man like Jack Harlan have? Affairs? Debts? Or something that would crack the Harlan facade wide open? Sleep came fitful. Dreams of furnaces roaring. Dad's silhouette against orange glow. Whispering, "You're the fire." Dawn broke gray, and Noah was up before the coffee perked, slipping out to the mill. The gates creaked like accusations, chain link topped with barbed wire that snagged his coat. The office was a prefab shack at the edge. Windows boarded, door padlocked. Safe 47. A dented gray box behind a desk buried in yellowed blueprints. The combination was their birthday, June 14th, 97. Inside, a brass key, ornate, not for any modern lock, and another envelope, thinner, addressed to the keeper. Noah's pulse thrummed. This wasn't advice. This was a reckoning. He pocketed it and drove back, the town unfolding like a faded postcard. Steel skeletons against a sky threatening snow. Folks in Carhartts shuffling to diners where Pyrrhus passed for comfort food. At home, Gabe was on the porch, nursing black coffee, Sarah inside humming hymns. "Went already?" Gabe asked, eyebrow arched. "Yeah. Found this." Noah dangled the key, watching his twin's face for tells. Gabe's poker face was mill-tested. "Looks antique. Maybe to the cabin up north." The cabin. Their boyhood escape, pine-scented and full of fishing rods. But the key didn't match, too filigreed. Maybe, Noah lied, the first fracture in their twin bond. That night, over meatloaf that tasted like ash, Mom broke her silence. "Your father was a good man. Provided for us." Her eyes, red-rimmed, fixed on Gabe. "Now you carry it on." Noah pushed peas around his plate, the key digging into his jeans. "Good man. Yeah. If you ignored the rages after lost contracts, The way he'd belt Noah for AB in shop class while Gabe's A's earned steak dinners. Love was conditional in the Harlan house, earned, not given. After dinner, Noah texted an old flame from Chicago, in town. Drinks? Eli replied fast. Hell yes. Same dive? Eli was safe. Tattooed mechanic with a laugh that cut through rust. No strings. No judgments. They met at the Rusty Nail. Neon buzzing over pool tables scarred like war maps. Eli pulled him into a booth. Kiss rough and whiskey-tanged. You look wrecked, Eli murmured, thumb tracing Noah's jaw. Dad died. Will's a shitshow. Noah spilled it all, the letter, the key, Gabe's inheritance gleaming like fool's gold. Eli listened, eyes dark and steady, the kind of gaze that said, I see you. Secrets. Huh? Jack Harlan with secrets. That's rich. Eli smirked, but there was no bite. What are you gonna do? Noah clinked his glass. Unlock him. As they stumbled out, arms linked against the chill, Noah felt the first thaw, a spark in the cold. But back home, slipping past Gabe's snores, the key whispered promises of storms. Little did he know, Gabe had been watching from the shadows, phone in hand, dialing a number Noah would never forgive. The cabin key didn't fit, but Noah drove north anyway, the key's mystery gnawing like a bad tooth. I-94 unwound under tires slick with early frost, billboards for casinos and truck stops blurring into white noise. Gabe had offered to come, twin road trip, like old times. But Noah begged off, citing a headache from the funeral whiskey. Truth was, he needed space from Gabe's easy normalcy, the way his brother filled rooms without trying. The cabin hunkered in the Upper Peninsula, a log pileup on Lake Superior's edge, bought by Jack after a steel boom in '75. Noah arrived at dusk, the key turning smooth in the Yale lock irrelevant, but habit. Inside, mothballs and memory. Bunk beds where they'd whispered ghost stories. A stone fireplace stained with decades of ash. He built a fire, flames licking pine like eager tongues, and pulled out the envelopes. The first letter again, you're the fire. The second, to the keeper, was typed, crisp as a contract. If this reaches you, no, Jack Harlan was more than steel. He was mine, for 20 years. The box at First National, P.O. Box 112, Combo 061497. Bring what you find to the dunes at midnight, 3 full moons from now. Tell no one. Not even the other son. E. Elias? Edward? Noah's stomach nodded. Dad's lover? The man who'd preached fire and brimstone at VFW halls, who'd grounded Noah for a month after finding a worn copy of Giovanni's Room in his backpack. Impossible. Or was it? The pieces slotted. Dad's late nights at the office. The cologne that wasn't Mom's. The way he'd soften over Sinatra records. Eyes distant. Noah burned the note, ashes swirling up the flue like sins absolved. But the damage was done. His father's hypocrisy, a mirror to Noah's own closet. He spent the night pacing the creaky floors, Superior's waves crashing like judgment. By morning, resolve hardened. He'd find the box, meet this ghost, unravel the thread. Back in Gary, life resumed its grind. Gabe dove into the mill, barking orders to foremen, his ringless hand now heavy with CEO gravitas. Sarah planned a spring wedding. Nothing big, just family. Her Pinterest board's a siege on Noah's notifications. Noah, meanwhile, worked freelance graphic design from a basement apartment off Fifth. Screens glowing with logos for local breweries. Eli visited weekends. Their hookups a bomb, tangled sheets. Eli's calloused hands mapping Noah's scars. Literal from mill scraps, figurative from family frost. "You're brooding more than usual," Eli said one night, post-coital, tracing the constellation of freckles on Noah's chest. They lay in Noah's thrift store bed, city hum filtering through cracked windows. Noah hesitated, the key a talisman under his pillow. Family bullshit. Dad's ghost won't quit haunting. Eli propped on an elbow, hazel eyes sharp. "Wanna talk? Or fuck it out?" Noah pulled him close, lips crashing to drown the words. But later, alone, he drove to First National, heart in throat. P.O. Box 112, a slim metal slot in the lobby's brass wall. Combo their birthday again, sickly poetic. Inside, a wooden box, latched, no bigger than a cigar case. He carried it to his truck, hands shaking like a thief's. At home, he pried it open. Photos tumbled out, Jack, younger, arm around a man with dark curls and a sailor's squinty, grinning in a faded Hawaiian shirt. Polaroids from 80s road trips, motels in Key West, beaches in Provincetown, Jack's flannel swapped for linen, laughter frozen mid-frame. A stack of letters, tied with twine, miss your laugh. Gary's gray without you. Signed J. And at the bottom, a silver locket, engraved forever, E and J. Inside, miniature portraits. Jack's stern jaw, E's roguish smile. Noah's vision blurred. This was love, raw, hidden, the kind he'd chased in bar backrooms and fleeting apps. Dad hadn't just tolerated. He'd lived it, parallel to the straight script. He snapped the box shut as tires crunched outside. Gabe's Escalade, fresh from the dealer lot, inheritance perk. Noah shoved it under the couch, pulse racing. "Yo, basement boy," Gabe called, bounding downstairs with a six-pack. Brought peace offerings. And news, Mill's turning profit. Dad'd be proud. Gabe cracked a beer, handing one over, their ritual since teens. But tonight, Noah saw the tells, the way Gabe's eyes darted, the flex in his jaw. "What's eating you?" Gabe pressed, clinking bottles. "Just processing." Noah sipped, bitter foam mirroring his mood. "You ever wonder what Dad hid? Late nights. Moods." Gabe shrugged. "Too quick. Work. Steal don't sleep." But his phone buzzed. Sarah, and he silenced it. Screen flashing a text Noah glimpsed. "Tell him? Tell who?" Noah's gut twisted. "Gabe. The letter. It mentioned secrets." Gabe's laugh was forced, echoing off cinderblock walls. "Come on, Noah. You're overthinking. Let's grill steaks. Watch the game." They did. Backyard fire pit. Bears versus Lions. Gabe's cheers drowning Noah's doubts. But as embers died, Gabe clapped his back. "We're good, right? Twins forever." "Yeah." Noah lied. The box's weight a secret shared with shadows. Weeks blurred. Eli's visits turned tender. Mornings with coffee and crosswords. Whispers of maybe more. Noah almost told him about the box, but fear clamped his tongue. Eli was escape, not anchor. Then, the Dunes deadline loomed. 3 full moons from the will, December's cold orb rising fat over Michigan. Noah drove alone, box in glove compartment, Superior's ice-rimed shore a silver path. Midnight. He waited in the drifts, wind howling like banshees. Footsteps crunched. A figure emerged, bundled in wool, face weathered but eyes like the photos. Elias Kane, 60-something, salt and pepper beard framing a mouth that trembled. You must be Noah. E's voice was gravel road smooth, Midwestern lilt. He extended a hand, calloused from what? Teaching? Carpentry? You look like him. Both of you. They sat on a driftwood log, the box between them like an offering. He opened it slow, fingers reverent. Jack was my North Star. Met in Nam Draft Dodgers in Toronto, then lovers in the aftermath. He went home to Gary, to Evelyn, to the mill. I followed, but shadows. We stole weekends, holidays when she visited kin. Noah's throat burned. Why hide? He could've. Could've what? Divorced? Come out in Reagan's America? E's laugh was bitter fog. Steel Town's no place for fairies. But he loved you boys fierce. Watched from afar birthdays, games. That letter? His way of passing the torch. Torch. Fire. Noah nodded. Pieces fusing. Dad's silences weren't rejection, but protection his own shame projected. He left Gabe everything. Me. This. He squeezed his shoulder. Echo of photos. Because Gabe stays. You fly. Jack saw it young, you with books. Art. Not blueprints. This. He tapped the locket. It's yours. And a trust small. For the keeper's kin. College fund he never cashed for you. Noah's eyes stung. Acceptance. Retroactive. They talked till stars wheeled. E's life in Door County. Gallery owner now. Partner gone to cancer. Grief's a thief, he said. But love? It lingers. Dawn crept as they parted. E's hug bone deep. Tell Gabe. Or don't. But live, Noah. For him, back in Gary, the high crashed. Gabe was waiting, arms crossed in the kitchen, Sarah pale beside him. Where the hell you been? Phone off. Truck gone. Thought accident. Out, Noah said, evading. But Gabe's eyes narrowed, twin intuition flaring. We need to talk. About the mill. And other shit. The air thickened. Noah's pocket buzzed. Eli, missed you. Dinner? But Gabe's next words iced it. I know about the box. Betrayal tastes like rust. Noah learned that afternoon. Gabe laid it out over cooling coffee. Sarah twisting her napkin into knots. Found the key in your coat last week. Thought it was nothing, cabin, right? But I saw you at the bank. P.O. box. Dad's box. You followed me? Noah's voice rose. A whip crack in the floral-papered kitchen. Mom was at bingo. Oblivious. Gabe leaned forward, elbows on formica scarred from decades of suppers. Had to. You're spiraling, man. Skipping work. Hold up with that. Eli. Thought drugs. Or debt. Open the box when you showered. Photos. Letters. His face twisted. Disgust? Pity? Dad? With a guy? Jesus. Noah. Sarah murmured. It's a sin. Gabe. Both of you. Shut it. Sarah. Noah's glare silenced her. To Gabe. You had no right. Gabe's laugh was hollow. Right? We're blood. And this? Tanks everything. Mills barely solvent, unions sniffing. EPA on my ass. If this leaks, Harlan names mud. Investors bolt. Town's done. Noah stood, chair scraping like nails on chalkboard. So what? Dad lived it. Loved it. And you're erasing him because it doesn't fit your straight arrow script. Gabe surged up, twins mirroring fury. He built this for us, not some double life in Provincetown. Mom shatter. The church. The town. Fuck the town, Noah shouted, veins thrumming. They already whisper about me. The faggot twin. But you, golden boy, till now, Sarah gasped, hand to throat. Gabe's fist clenched, knuckles white. Don't make this about you. Always the victim. The slap echoed, Gabe's palm on the table. Not Noah, but close enough. Silence fell, heavy as snow. I'm protecting us, Gabe said, softer. Burn it. The box. The letters. We'll say it was a prank. Old photos from the war. Noah's laugh choked. Protecting? You're burying him. Again, he stormed out, truck keys jangling, Eli's text burning unanswered. Drove to the dunes, not for solace but speed, tires spinning sand till the engine held. The locket swung from the rear view, silver glinting like a dare. Live for him. But how? When family was the cage. Eli found him at the Rusty Nail that night, slumped over bourbon, pool cue idle. Rough day. Eli slid onto the stool, ordering shots, his knee brushing Noah's in that deliberate way. Worse. Noah spilled Dad's secret, Gabe's theft, the chasm widening between twins. Eli listened. No judgment, just a hand on Noah's thigh under the bar. Grounding. Your brother's scared, Eli said finally, clinking glasses. Of losing the myth. But you're real. That's power. They left together. Eli's apartment, a third-floor walk-up in Miller Beach. Walls lined with Harley manuals and Polaroids of road trips. Sex was salvation. Slow at first, Eli's mouth mapping apologies on Noah's skin. Then urgent, bodies slamming like waves on breakwater. After, tangled in sheets smelling of motor oil and musk, Eli traced the locket chain around Noah's neck. Wear it. For Jack. And us. Eli's voice was sleep rough, but his eyes held questions. Where's this going? Noah kissed him quiet, but dawn brought clarity. He couldn't run. Gary was marrow deep, the mill's hum in his veins. He texted Gabe, talk. Neutral ground. Dunes. Noon. The beach was barren, wind sculpting dunes into frozen waves. Gabe arrived in his work truck, steel-toed boots crunching shells. No Sarah smart. They walked, shoulders brushing accidental, the twin rhythm unbroken despite the rift. I didn't burn it, Gabe admitted, hands jammed in pockets. Hid it in the mill safe. Thought. Time would fix it. Fix what? Dad being human? Noah stopped, facing him, Lake Michigan churning gray. He loved a man. Gabe. Like I love Eli. Like you love Sarah. It's not poison. Gabe's jaw worked. It's not the same. You chose. Chose? Noah's voice cracked like ice. Born this asshole. And Dad? He chose duty over truth. Died hiding. You want to follow? Gabe flinched, eyes on horizon. What if I can't? The wedding's in months. Mill board meets next week. If this drops, then fight for more than legacy. Noah pulled the locket free, holding it out. This was his heart. Yours too, if you'd look. Gabe stared, transfixed, then pushed it away gentle. Keep it. But Noah. I told Sarah. She freaked. Said pray it away. Or leave you out. Betrayal's second strike. Sharper. Leave me out? Of my own family? She's scared too. Gabe's plea hung. Fragile. Give us time. Time. The thief he warned of. Noah nodded numb, turning inland. Mill board. Tell them the truth. Or I will. He drove to Eli's, collapsing into arms that caught him. Stay tonight, Eli murmured. All nights. Noah breathed him in sweat and sage soap. Yeah. Trying. But doubt festered. That week, romance bloomed fragile. Eli cooked chili. They binged Brokeback with ironic toasts. Made love by firelight where shadows danced like secrets shared. Noah sketched Eli sleeping, strong lines, soft edges, his first real art since college. This is good, Eli said, framing it crooked on his fridge. Us. Yet Gabe's texts piled, boards pushing expansion. Need you on designs. Neutral overtures. But Noah saw the hook. Pull him into the mill. Normalize. Bury the past. The breaking point came at Christmas Eve Mass. Mary's spire piercing snow-lace sky. Mom insisted for Dad. The pew creaked under Harlan's. Evelyn in pearls, Sarah radiant in red, Gabe's arm possessive. Noah sat end, Eli absent by request too soon. Hymn swelled, silent night a dirge. Father O'Malley droned on redemption, eyes lingering on Noah like he knew. Communion line, Noah knelt, wafer dissolving bitter on tongue. Back in pew, Gabe leaned, Sarah's pregnant, the world tilted. Noah's whisper, congrats, but inside, a wail, Gabe anchoring to straight bliss, leaving Noah adrift. Postmass, eggnog and lights, Mom pulled Noah aside. Gabe says you're troubled. Pray with me, he did, rosary beads clicking like chains. But his prayer was for Jack. Did you pray too? Or just endure? New Year's. Eli proposed a trip Chicago. Art Institute. No Gary ghosts. Noah packed light. Locket tucked safe. But airport bound. Gabe called. Board meeting tomorrow. Emergency. EPA violation, old dump site. If we don't spin it, shut down. Spin. Noah's resolve cracked. I'll come. One meeting. Eli understood. Kiss lingering at security. Come back whole. The mill loomed. Blast furnaces cold sentinels. Boardroom. Suits from Chicago. Graphs projecting doom. Gabe presented. Voice steel steady. But eyes pleaded to Noah, help. Noah stood. Throat dry. The site's legacy. Dad's era, different rules. But we clean it. Transparent. Murmurs. A nod. Crisis averted. Gabe's grin flashbulb bright. Knew you had it. After. In the office, Jack's old desk. Leather chair swallowing, Noah confronted. This changes nothing. The box. The truth. Gabe deflated. I can't. Not yet. Sarah's due in 7 months. Be uncle. Noah. For her. Her. A niece or nephew. Innocent shrapnel in family war. Noah left. Key in pocket. Not the antique. But to the mill gate. Symbol of chains. That night, Eli waited with takeout and wine. How'd it go? Noah broke then, sobs racking as Eli held him. I love you, Noah gasped. First time spoken. Eli's reply, back. Always. But dawn brought a knock. Sarah. Alone. Eyes puffy. Gabe told me everything. The letters. I'm sorry. Scared, but sorry. Fragile bridge. Noah let her in, tea steaming between them. It's not contagious, he joked weak. She half smiled. I know. Just, Gabe's breaking. Hates himself for it. Hate. The root. As she left, Noah vowed. Save them all, or burn it down. Spring thawed Gary slow. Lake Michigan's ice retreating like grudging forgiveness. The mill hummed tentative. Gabe's expansions hiring locals. Buzz of welders and hope. Sarah's belly swelled. Ultrasounds shared in hushed texts. It's a boy. Harlan through and through. Noah attended appointments. Hand on her bump feeling kicks like Morse code promises. Eli integrated gentle. Barbecues where he flipped burgers with Gabe. Jokes landing awkward but earnest. You're good for him, Gabe admitted once. Beers in hand. Keeps him from bolting. Noah didn't bolt. But the box haunted. Hidden in his apartment's floor vent. Letters curling at edges from humidity. He called monthly Door County updates. Invites to gallery shows. Bring the artist, he teased, after seeing Noah's sketches. Eli, bemused, me? Model material. You're everything, Noah murmured. One May night, bodies slick on Eli's fire escape. City lights winking below. Love deepened roots. Shared leases discussed. Trips to Milwaukee's Pride Fest where they held hands unashamed. Rainbows clashing with Noah's flannel. But Gary's undercurrent pulled. Whispers at the diner. Uncle Ray's cold shoulders. Mom's prayers now laced with Lord. Guide my wandering boy. The climax brewed at the mill's centennial gala. June heat wave turning the Union Hall into a sweatbox. Gabe, in rented tux, arm around Sarah, now radiant, 6 months along, worked the room like a pole. Handshakes with Mayor, toasts to Jack's ghost. Noah arrived with Eli, both in slim slacks and button-downs, Eli's ink peeking at collars. Heads turned, twin Harlan with the tattooed bow. But Noah held chin high, locket gleaming under shirt. He was there, invited quiet by Noah. Silver fox in seersucker, shaking hands with steel ghosts. Proud of you, he whispered, clinking champagne. Jacked B, the program droned. Speeches on grit, montages of black and white mills. Then Gabe's turn, mic in hand. Spotlight hot. Dad built this from slag and sweat. Taught us family first. Pause. I's finding Noah. Even when it hurts. Applause thundered. But Noah caught the edge. Gabe's grip white-knuckled on podium. Backstage. Post-speech. Gabe pulled him into the green room. Door slamming. Eli waited outside. Brow furrowed. You brought him. Gabe hissed, face flushed. Here, with the board, the press, E's family, Noah shot back. Dad's family, Gabe's eyes darted. That's what this is? Ultimatum? No. Invitation, Noah's voice steadied. Tell them. Or I will. Gabe laughed. Manic. Now? Sarah's water broke last week. False alarm, but close. We can't. The door banged, Sarah. Waddling, face ashen. Gabe, the babies. Now. Contractions. Chaos erupted, hospital run. Noah driving. Eli shotgun calming with dad jokes. At Methodist. Sterile halls swallowed them. Gabe in scrubs. Mom praying rosary. Noah pacing with Eli's hand anchor. Hours blurred. Cries, then a wail piercing the wait. It's a boy, nurse announced. Gabriel Harlan Jr. Gabe emerged, beaming, tiny bundle swaddled. Look, Noah. Your nephew. Noah held him careful, blue eyes blinking up, mirror of his own. Gabe's. Hey, little man. The locket swung, catching light, and Gabe's smile faltered. That night, motel vigil, Sarah sleeping, baby in bassinet, Noah and Gabe shared a room, twin beds mocking. He's perfect, Noah said soft. Yeah, Gabe's voice cracked. Noah. I told Sarah everything. About Dad. She cried, but stayed. Said forgive. Like God. Noah sat up, heart stutter. And you? Gabe stared at ceiling cracks. Can't sleep. Knowing he hid. For us. For love. Noah's hand bridged the gap, resting on Gabe's arm. Ours too. Dawn brought discharge. But the real storm hit at the mill next week. Anonymous leak. Photos from the box. Splashed on local news, Harlan Patriarch's secret life. Tribune headlines screamed scandal. Stock dipping. Picketers at gates chanting hypocrite. Gabe called frantic. Who? You? Noah. Eli's. Box long destroyed. Burned in a dune bonfire with E's blessing. Denied hot. No. But it's out. Face it. The board convened emergency. Suits bang for blood. Gabe grilled like steak. Noah burst in uninvited. Eli trailing. Enough, he roared, voice echoing off paneled walls. Dad was flawed. Human. Gay. Yeah, but he built this. We honor by owning, not hiding. Murmurs. A Chicago exec sneered. Pretty speech. But optics. Optics. Eli stepped forward. Mechanic grit in his growl. Jack Harlan loved hard. Saved the mill twice from bankruptcy. Mentored half this town. His heart doesn't change that. Silence. Then, slow claps, old foreman Pete. Union rep. Kids right. We rally round truth. Gabe met Noah's eyes. Nod imperceptible. Press conference followed. Gabe at podium. Sarah beside. Baby on hip. My father was a giant. Complicated. Like us all. He loved deeply. Privately. We're proud. And moving forward, clean sights. Fair wages. Open books. Flashbulbs popped. Backstage. Gabe hugged Noah fierce. Thank you. For pushing. But betrayal's shadow lingered. That night, digging through voicemails, Noah found it. Uncle Ray. Slurring. Your brother's fault. He blabbed to me, thinking I'd bury it. But I sent the pics. Family first, clean family, right? The vulture, eyes on inheritance scraps. Noah confronted him at the VFW, fists balled. You destroyed him. Dad's memory. Ray sneered. Breath beery. Fairy talk. Harlan's are straight stock. Gabe agreed off record. Gabe? Noah's world reeled. Drove home raging. Eli catching him at door. What now? Call Gabe. Noah's voice broke. End this. Gabe arrived. Face ashen. Ray cornered me months ago. Knew about the box, eavesdropped. Blackmailed. Stay quiet, or he tanks the mill. I paid him off. Thought it bought time. Time. Noah shoved him. Grief raw. You chose legacy over Dad. Over me. Gabe crumpled. Tears streaking. I was scared. Fatherhood. The baby. Thought I could protect it all. Eli pulled Noah back. Voice steel. You can't. Not alone. The twins fractured there. In Noah's kitchen, words like shrapnel. Selfish. Weak. Brother. Gabe left at dawn. Baby coos fading with taillights. Noah dove into wreckage. Therapy with a queer counselor in Valpo. Sketches turning to paintings. Jack and E on beaches. Vibrant oils sold at E's gallery. Eli proposed proper. Ring simple silver. Build with me. Yes. Noah breathed, sealing it. But the mill teetered boycotts. Lawsuits. Gabe called weakly, voice hollow. Help me fix this. Noah's reply. Silence. Then, truth first. Apologize to Mom. To E. Summer peaked in heat. Baby Gabe crawling. Scandals cooling to gossip. Then, the climax. Ray's stroke. Confession scrawled in hospital bed. I did it for the family name. Forgive? Gabe read it aloud over phone. Voice wrecked. He's dying. Noah. Come. Noah went. Eli driving. Hospital sterile. Ray frail. Eyes pleading. Ruined it. For pride. Noah's hand engulfed his. Yeah. But pride's poison. Let it go. Ray nodded. Tears tracking. Died that night. Will leaving scraps to charity. Poetic justice. Outside. Gabe waited. Arms open. I'm sorry. For all. Noah hugged back. Bones aching. Me too. For pushing too hard. Rebuild began tentative joint therapy. Mill Pride Initiative scholarships for queer youth. Named for Jack. Eli and Noah moved to a cottage near the dunes. Wedding small E officiating. Baby Gabe ring bearer in tiny flannel. But humanism's edge cut. Not all mended. Mom accepted slow. Prayers shifting to blessings. Sarah warmed. But distance lingered. The twins? Closer. Scarred weekly coffees. Silences now shared. One dusk. Dunes walk. Noah and Gabe. Locket passed between. He'd like this, Gabe said. Wind tousling hair identical. Yeah, Noah agreed. Free. Autumn gilded Gary in amber. Maples torching along the lakeshore. Mills exhaling steam like relieved breaths. The Harlan steelworks stabilized. Gabe's transparent reforms drawing grants. Unions toasting over Pyragus at the Polish Hall. Baby Gabe, christened Gabriel Elias. Nod to ghosts toddled now. Chubby fists grabbing Noah's jeans at family dinners. Oblivious to the fault lines beneath. Eli fit seamless. Uncle by affection. His garage business booming with mill contracts. Tattoos a badge of belonging. Noah's art flourished. Gallery shows in Chicago. Pieces fetching sums that shamed freelance gigs. Dune lovers. Oil of intertwined silhouettes against Superior's rage. Sold to a collector from Provincetown. He wept viewing it. Locket pressed to heart. Jack's in every stroke, he said. Voice thick. They visited Door County often. East Seaside bungalow a sanctuary. Chess by hearth. Stories of 70s baths and hidden loves. Eli sketching seascapes while Noah absorbed the lore. Romance with Eli deepened to marrow. Lazy Sundays in hammocks. Arguments over burnt toast dissolving to laughter. Nights where words failed and bodies spoke volumes. You're my horizon, Eli murmured once. Post-love. Fingers laced. Noah, tracing the scar on Eli's knuckle from a chain snap, replied, and you're home, yet scars itched. Gabe's betrayal lingered like rust. Therapy unearthed it weekly. Dr. Lena's office in Hammond a neutral zone of Kleenex and tough love. Forgiveness isn't erasure, she'd say. Glasses perched. It's choice. Gabe tried. Apologies etched in emails. Actions in mill policies, LGBTQ plus hiring quotas. Pride flags on poles come June. But trust? A slow weld. The humanistic turn came November, anniversary of Jack's death. Mom hosted, turkey brining, table set for 8. Harlan's plus Eli. As honored guest. Snow flurried early, blanketing the Victorian in hush. Pre-dinner, in the study, Jack's den. Bookshelves groaning with ledgers and field and stream. Noah found Gabe rifling a drawer. Looking for what? Noah asked. Door clicking shut. Gabe startled. Envelope in hand, yellowed, addressed to sons. Found it last week. Tucked in Dad's Bible. For both of us. They sat on the leather Chesterfield, twins shoulder to shoulder, unfolding it together. Jack's script, faltering. Boys, if I go sudden, know this, steel's in your blood, but love's in your bones. Gabe, you're the anchor, steady, true. Don't let fear rust you. Noah, the flame, burn bright, don't apologize. I failed you both, hid my heart to keep yours safe. But safe ain't alive. Ease the proof, my wild card. Tell him thanks. From the dunes. Love you fierce. Build better. Dad. Tears hit paper simultaneous. Blurring ink. Gabe's sob broke first. He knew. About you. Meant this for us. Noah nodded. Throat locked. We almost lost it. They emerged red-eyed. Envelope clutched. Dinner at head. Baby Gabe on high chair gnawing turkey. Mom raised glass. To Jack. And family whole. Toasts circled. Sarah's soft. To new beginnings. Eli's rye. To flames and anchors. Eyes misting. To keepers. After. Porch rockers creaking. Noah and Eli bundled. Stars pricking velvet sky. Good night, Eli asked. Chin on Noah's shoulder. Yeah. Noah fingered the locket. Now shared talisman. Gabe wore a duplicate. Silver twin. Whole. Gabe joined. Sarah inside rocking baby. Noah. About Ray. I chose wrong. Legacy over you. Won't again. Noah clasped his hand. Calluses matching. Knew you wouldn't. We're Harlan's, stubborn as slag. Laughter cut cold. Genuine. He wandered out. Pipe puffing sweet cherry. Jack hated pipes. Said they made him cough like an old engine. Rebel, Noah quipped. Always. Ease gazed distant. Then present. You boys did him proud. Both. Winter settled benevolent. Mill holiday party. Rainbow lights twining evergreens. Noah's exhibit in Milwaukee. Hidden forges. Selling out proceeds to Midwest queer youth shelters. Eli proposed expansion. Garage to custom bikes. Noah designing logos with flame motifs. Spring brought the wedding. Dunes Chapel. Wildflowers and waves crashing chorus. Gabe best man. Speech cracking. Twins see double joys. Pains. But Noah? He showed me single truth. Love wins. Vows exchanged under arch of driftwood. Eli's ring sliding home. Till the lake runs dry. Honeymoon. Door County. Ease gift. Cottage by water. Days kayaking. Nights stargazing. This is it, Eli said. One dawn. Coffee steaming. Us. Noah kissed him slow. Forever. Back. Life wove. Baby Gabe's first steps toward Noah's easel. Smudges of cobalt on chubby cheeks. Mill thrived. Gabe's board seat secure. Expansions green solar on roofs. Community gardens in old slag lots. Mom volunteered at the shelter. Rosary now joined by pride pins. Visited monthly. Stories bridging generations. But humanism tempers joy. Not fairy tale, but earned. Gabe and Sarah strained. Her faith clashing with openness. Counseling a weekly rite. We're trying, Gabe confided. Beers on Broadway. Like you taught, Noah nodded. Tough love. 1 July 4th. Fireworks bursting over the lake. Family sprawled on blankets. Baby Gabe waving sparklers. Recounting Jack's disdain for Yankee noise. Laughter peaked as a bloom mimicked flames. Like Dad's letter, Noah said soft to Gabe. Gabe squeezed his knee. Our fire. Years folded. Baby Gabe to toddler terror. Mill to Empire Humane. Worker co-ops. Scholarships in Jack's name. Noah's Art National. Eli's Bikes collector's items. Twins aged mirror. Lines from laughter. Not loss. 50. Gray threading Sandy. They scattered Jack's ashes. Delayed. Proper. From the dunes. E's hand in Noah's. Gabe's on Sarah's fading ring. Wind took him Lakewood. Free. Miss him, Gabe whispered. Still here, Noah replied. Locket warm. In us, Eli, ever anchor, pulled him close. And ahead, humanity's arc. Not straight triumph, but bend toward light. Betrayals forged to bonds. Secrets to stories. In Gary's rust and gleam, Harlan's endured. Flames and anchors, loving loud.